These nightstands got a dramatic makeover, so if you want to see, then just keep watching. I found these nightstands on Facebook Marketplace for $40. I had just so happened to see them right after she posted the listing, and so I got lucky and was able to buy them right away. 2 matching nightstands are hard to find in my area, especially mid-century modern ones, so I was really excited about these. These nightstands were disgusting, super dirty and gross, but other than the dirtiness, there wasn't much I needed to repair. I love all the details, and the hardware is so unique and cool. I pretty much knew when I brought these home that I was going to keep them. I don't love the nightstands that my husband and I have in our room, and so I'm going to be designing these nightstands based off of what will look good in there. Before I can give these a really good cleaning, I'm starting off by removing the hardware. At this point, I had no idea if I was going to keep the hardware or not. It's really unique and cool, but I wasn't sure if it was going to match the design plan I had for our room. I really struggled with this decision, but I'll get into that later on. I'm going to be using these rotoscrub attachments. They attach to your drill. They're super easy to use. I think they're like $20 at Lowe's, and they work really well at getting all of the stuff off. Much easier than going in with the towel and scrubbing it myself. The legs on these nightstands are so cool, and so of course I'm going to be staining them to highlight them. To do that though, I need to sand them first, so I'm using a 120 grit to get all of the original finish off. And I forgot to record it, but I did scuff sand the rest of the piece with a 220 grit. It has been forever since I've actually sprayed a piece of furniture, but it's time to get back into it. I use a Graco TC Pro Airless Cordless sprayer. It's pretty expensive, I think it's around $800. But it works really well and it gives a factory smooth finish. I'm using one of my favorite paint colors, Turtle Dove by Melange Paints. I'm using their one line, which has a primer and a top coat built in.
What if the wind could spread your love?
I was getting an uneven spray pattern with my sprayer, so I think it's time I switch out the tip. I decided to brush the rest of the paint on, and so I'm using my Amy Howard at Home wedge brush. I love this brush, it works so well. If you saw my last video, this probably looks pretty familiar to you. This is wood veneer edge banding that I got on Amazon. I'm going to be adding this to the drawer fronts to kind of act like pull wrap, but for way less expensive. It has an adhesive on the back of it, and so when you add the iron to it, it'll stick to the piece of furniture. I ended up cutting 24 pieces for each drawer. At first I was trying to cut the pieces perfectly to size, but then I realized that's probably not the best idea. I'll probably make some mistakes, so I eventually cut them a little bit longer so I can sand the edges off. It's really important to get the first piece perfectly straight because that's going to be your guide for the rest of the pieces.
Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope. I can't help but dream
I'm using one of my favorite gel stains. Again, this is Wooden Barrel by Lily Moon Paint. This stain is really forgiving and easy to use, which I love because staining can be difficult.
Is a heart as pure, no, not like yours. Dreaming of you.
And then I'm adding the same stain to the wood veneer on the drawer fronts. Adding stain to the veneer is my favorite part. It gives it depth and texture, which I love.
Dreaming of you.
At this point, I still had no idea which hardware I wanted to go with. I was thinking of using some DIY hardware that I posted about in my last video, or again, using the original hardware. I posted a poll on Instagram asking for your guys' advice, and you guys really wanted me to use the original hardware, so that's what I went with. I was really hesitant about this decision, but I actually love it. But you'll see in a second.
Sweetness could reach everyone, there'd be no wars.
Here's one last look at the filthy nightstands, and here they are now.
Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next week. Bye.